house up there. We'll drive up there after. For you. It's pretty. So this is Kualoa Park. Look how beautiful this is. Very beautiful. Not far from the beach. Hawaii!
My name's Aurora. I'm an artist. I work predominantly intercepting the plastic waste stream. Take a global nightmare and transform that into something that people will want to engage in talking about. The title of the sculpture is Kualoa. I decided to call it that because it's really our shared responsibility. This plastic isn't Hawaiian plastic. It's plastic from all over the world. Where people are thinking about what they leave behind.
On the hill there, we can see that flag that is released to Whole Golf Course. Now, Lost, still one of the most expensive television shows ever produced, about $2.5 to $3 million an episode, so quite expensive.
The most important part of your life was the time that you spent with these people.
Nothing on Game of Thrones.
Now, if I have any Nicki Minaj fans on board, there's a pretty old song by her called Starship. She actually shot that music video on the same hill just from this view here, so kind of interesting, you know. And another very large creature visited the ranch in the shape of Godzilla.
From Bravo, target spotted offshore.
Footprint coming up on the right-hand side. So there's actually 4 footprints. For my friends on the left, don't worry, I got a footprint for you coming up as well. But there are 4 footprints. One of them is up on the hill there. The hill, I like to point out this one right here because it's pretty significant. So when Matthew Broderick was standing in during the film when he realized what he was up against. So, family, these actually used to be about 6 to 8 feet deep. But our P.5, you know, our cows, they have bad night vision. They kept falling into the hole. You know, the easiest way to tell the Japanese Godzilla from the American Godzilla is you actually count the toes. So the Japanese Godzilla has 5 toes. American Godzilla has 3 toes. Now, has anyone here seen Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates?
They lied to us to get a free trip to Hawaii.
Ow! You're tired, Mike! Don't be a pussy!
I'm never gonna die!
Oh, shit.
Is it okay?
It looks like a fucked up waffle. Like the waffle that the chef would just go, we're throwing that away.
Now, this is the ATV jump scene for Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. I got a filming location poster off to the left-hand side. Now, the brothers, they actually end their dates. They started with the ATVs all the way on that hill on the left-hand side, on top of that hill there. They actually booked it through the valley and jumped the hill in the middle there, that little mountain of grass and dirt. Now, the 2 sisters did some cool tricks. It was very funny, very cool. Movie 51st Dates. Yeah. So Henry, played by Adam Sandler, would have been standing or setting up all his props on the left-hand side of the road near the filming location poster here. So directly in front of the bus is where Willie the Penguin was standing, where he almost got ran over, but don't worry, no penguins were harmed during the making of that film. And also on the side of the road here is when he had his friend Ula faking mugging with him. Now Drew Barrymore gets out of the car with a baseball bat and chases poor Ula all the way down the hill on our left-hand side. So a very funny scene for 51st Dates. The hill to the left of that clearing, that hill is actually where all the players found out their strengths and weaknesses. So very cool. Anybody remember what Kevin Hart's weakness was?
Cake.
Cake. Very good. That's just like me.
Yes, cake is my weakness, along with speed and strength.
Huh.
Strength is my weakness. Hey, quick question. How is strength my weakness? Somebody explain that to me. And why would I need speed? Why would I need to be fast when I'm being chased by an enormous killer zebra or some shit in this dumbass hat?
Anybody remember what The Rock's weakness was?
Nothing.
Nothing. Also just like me. During the film, there were many green screens surrounding the area to add content to the scene later. From Kong's Skull Island. Now during that filming we had many simulated explosions and simulated gunfire going on during that night scene, and that was one of the times we forgot to tell all those houses back there that we were filming. So the next morning there were about 7 patrol cars waiting outside Kualoa's front gate wanting to know what the heck was going on. So I make sure always to send out letters to our Kamahana, to our residents. Off to the left, you guys saw some more local buys. This one here holds grass carp. Actually, it's all connected here. But this one here is grass carp. Now, at one point, the grass was overtaking the edges of our ponds here. So we introduced the grass carp. Anyone want to guess what his main diet is? Grass. Very good. So you can see here off to the left-hand side, the grass carp doing an absolutely amazing job keeping the rat weeds there from overtaking our ponds. It's actually a South African breed of sheep. A lot of them have bad haircuts. Bad haircuts, as I like to call them. So, yeah, it looks like a lot of them have bad haircuts, but they actually grow a winter coat and shed it in the summer months by rubbing up against things, gnawing it off, etc. So the ones you see here just haven't fully shedded their winter coat yet. So they're actually self-shearing. We do not have to shave these sheep. Again, going for sheep. They reach their production weight actually pretty quickly. Also have some uru off to the right-hand side, or breadfruit. Gets the nickname breadfruit because if you were to bake this fruit, it does give off the aroma of freshly cooked bread. Now a little bit about our cattle operation here at Kualoa Ranch. We do let our calves graze here for about 24 to 30 months. Then they are processed locally and sold in our visitor center, the refrigerator section. Any beef you try in the visitor center from Auntie Pat's Cafe is also 100% Kualoa grass-fed beef. These are papayas, very good. Anybody know the Hawaiian word for papaya? Papaya, actually. You take away the Hawaiian, I don't know. This is our piggery. Everybody take a great deep breath. It's actually an odorless piggery. You guys won't be able to smell anything. Now the roof of this piggery is actually recycled material from the transportation shed in Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. So when we took that transportation shed down, we repurposed it and made the roof. Now up here on the right hand side still, family, these are our chickens, or our moa. So as you know, we here at Kualoa like to keep our bacon and eggs together. Kind of like the breakfast section of the ranch. Just kidding, Hawaiian word for chicken is moa. The joke that goes along with that is once you see one chicken in Hawaii, you're going to see some moa. Like trees, or our banana trees. It's not your traditional long curved banana. It is actually an apple banana. It is short, straight, and very, very sweet. It typically only grows in tropical climates. Coming up, this is our Kava Agricultural Center as well as our Kava Shade House. Here we can see the cacti growing closest to the bus. That is actually dragon fruit. We're growing many ornamental plants in here that will one day be sold in our visitors center and to our local stores. The trees, all the way in the back of the shade house there, as far as you can see, that is cacao. Does anybody love cacao, or is it just me? Yes, you know what it is. Cacao makes chocolate. So those are our chocolate trees. We do make Kualoa grown chocolate. So chocolate does grow from trees. It is a vegetable, in my opinion. At least that's what I tell all my loved ones when they see me eating too much. Guys, this is why Hollywood loves coming to Kualoa, right here. I'd like to present you folks to Jurassic Valley. So Moai statue is used in the National Geographic Live special Walking with Giants. It is an Easter Island head from Rapa Nui. And the documentary basically tries to debunk how these beasts were moved. Now, depending on your culture, it depends on what you truly believe. So some people think they were shimmied, some people think they were rolled on logs, and some people think it was their mana, their power from the gods that allowed them to move these giant beasts. Now, one of the most famous films, in my opinion, to kind of put us on the map is Jurassic Park, the original, the first one. It's actually primarily filmed on the island of Kauai. However, a hurricane came in that year, devastated the area. Now, Steven Spielberg, he needed a new place to finish his film. So he comes here to Kualoa Ranch. Needless to say, he makes the right decision on that one. And he films one of my favorite scenes in the movie. This is where the Hammond grandchildren and the archaeologist are hiking through the park, attempting not to get eaten. When they're admiring a flock of Gallimimus dinosaurs, they start stampeding in their direction. They take cover under what? A log, very good. I'd like to present you guys, off to the left-hand side, the world's most famous dead tree.
You cannot come to Kualoa Ranch and not get a picture with a Jurassic Park.
What most of our bunkers look like. It does look very small, however, on the left-hand side, you can see there's a set of stairs. You actually go down there, and you can fit many people and supplies down in that bunker, so very cool. Folks, this would have housed ammunition back in the day. Now, this one all the way over here is where a very large gun would have been loaded up onto a trailer. The trailer would have backed up in there. The gentleman operating that very large gun would have sat in this alcove right here. No monkey paw tree back then, just a straight shot out to the ocean. So very cool. This is a communications bunker. I like to point this one out, though, because it was used in the remake of Hawaii Five-0 starring Alex O'Loughlin. So the outside of the bunker was used in, I believe it was season 6, episode 12. And the inside of the bunker was actually a set that was built in a different bunker we have on property that you will all get to go in and actually check out that Hawaii Five-0 set. So very cool. So like I said, folks, I will be dropping you guys off actually at a very large military bunker. About a 10-minute, 15-minute self-guided tour. It houses mostly movie and war memorabilia nowadays. And the name of the bunker is actually Battery Cooper. Ladies, I did not say Bradley Cooper. I said Battery Cooper, alright? So Battery Cooper goes 125 feet into the earth, loops around kind of like a horseshoe shape, has a lookout point that is 7 stories high. Was actually built after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Now, back in the day, each entrance would have housed a 6-inch rapid-fire machine gun. Folks, I don't mean 6 inches long. I mean the diameter of the barrel alone was 6 inches wide, and they would have had a straight shot up to the Pacific Ocean. And decided to build Battery Cooper here. You can see for miles out from the ocean or air, making sure Hawaii was never vulnerable to another attack by sea or air.
So all those movies I showed you guys, that board of all the actors, those were movies that were filmed here. How cool. So I told my mom, I was like,
I'll be back. I'm reliable, I'm a very good listener, and I'm extremely funny.
we came here, yeah, and it was super sunny, and now it's super overcast. But beautiful.